True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report.
Hello, Blue Crew Nation. Welcome back to True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report, your channel for the hottest news and the most in-depth analysis of our beloved Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm your host, and as always, I'm here to bring you the inside scoop and the information that truly matters to us, the fans. Before we dive into today's news, which has significant implications as the trade deadline approaches, I want to ask that if you're not yet part of our community, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. This ensures you won't miss any exclusive updates, especially during this crucial time of the season. Your subscription is essential for me to continue bringing this detailed content directly to you. Alright, let's get down to business. The market is heating up, and our front office, led by Andrew Friedman, once again shows why it's one of the most respected in the league by making a move that at first glance might seem minor, but carries the DNA of the Dodgers strategy. Low risk, high potential reward, and a direct bet on our superior player development capabilities. On Wednesday, we signed former Pirates outfielder and first baseman Matt Gorski to a minor league contract. He had been designated for assignment by Pittsburgh on July 12th, and we acted quickly to bring him into our organization. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Who is Matt Gorski, and why should we care about a player released by a team like the Pirates? And that's the right question to ask, which is why I'm here to break down why this move is smarter than it appears. First, let's understand the context of where Gorski's coming from. The Pittsburgh Pirates have a reputation, frankly, for being terrible at developing position players. It's almost an anomaly in the league. Since their last postseason appearance in 2016, they've produced only 2 position player all-stars they drafted themselves. Josh Bell and Adam Frazier, and none since 2021. That's a nearly decade-long stretch of failure, even with high draft picks. Look at the names. In 2022, they took shortstop Termar Johnson with the 4th overall pick. In 2021, there was catcher Henry Davis with a 1st overall pick. Before that, shortstop Nick Gonzalez in 2020 and outfielder Travis Swaggerty in 2018, both top 10 selections. Combined, these 4 elite prospects have accumulated a BWAR of 1.1 in the MLB. That's not just bad, it's a systemic failure. This creates an opportunity for smart teams like ours. Teams that trust their own development systems can look at the Pirates' failures and see raw talent that simply wasn't properly polished. This is exactly where Matt Gorski fits in. He wasn't a first-round pick, but he was selected in the 2nd round of the 2019 draft out of Indiana University. So there was a pedigree and a tool set that caught the eye of scouts. His MLB stint with the Pirates was short, and to be blunt, awful. In 15 games this year, he hit just .195 with a 214 OBP and a .390 slugging percentage, numbers that justify his release, no doubt. However, the story doesn't end there. To understand why the Dodgers signed him, we need to look at what he was doing in AAA. Last year, playing for Indianapolis, he showed impressive power, hitting 23 home runs with a .50222 slugging percentage in 113 games. And this season, before being released, he was maintaining a .519 slugging percentage. Those numbers don't lie. They scream raw power. Gorski's major problem, and the reason the Pirates gave up on him, is his strikeout rate. Last year in AAA, he struck out in an alarming 37% of his plate appearances. That's an unsustainable number in the MLB. Any player with that K rate will have immense difficulty staying on a major league roster. However, there are signs that he is actively working on it. During spring training this year, the Pirates themselves noted an improvement in his contact rate. In a March interview, Gorski spoke about the importance of staying consistent and even-keeled and making small adjustments at the plate. This shows me a player who is aware of his weaknesses and dedicated to improving. He also mentioned in 2022 that a revigorated mindset, confidence, and increased upper body strength were the keys to unlocking his power. This is exactly the type of athlete our development system loves. Someone with an elite tool, power, and the right mentality to work on his deficiencies. Now, let's connect this signing to the Dodgers' overall strategy. especially with the July 31st trade deadline fast approaching. This isn't the big splash we're waiting for, but it's a fundamental piece of organizational depth that gives us flexibility. Think about the recent moves on our roster. We lost Michael Chavez, who was primarily playing first base for our AAA team, Oklahoma City, to a team in Japan. That opened a gap. Additionally, the unfortunate injuries to Max Muncy and Kike Hernandez forced the promotions of James Outman and Esteury Ruiz, who have found their place and are contributing at the major league level. This in turn depleted our outfield depth in the farm system. Gorski's arrival fills this exact void. He offers versatility, able to play all three outfield positions and also first base. This flexibility is pure gold in the Dodgers system, which values players capable of performing multiple roles. This is a classic Andrew Friedman move. It's the same modus operandi that brought us Max Muncy, Chris Taylor, and Justin Turner, talented players who were undervalued or discarded by other organizations, and who flourished under the guidance of our coaches and analysts. We are making a calculated bet that our hitting coaches like Robert Van Scoyoc and Aaron Bates can do with Gorski what they've done with so many others. Help him refine his plate approach, improve his pitch recognition, and lower that strikeout rate without sacrificing the power that makes him special. If they can get that K rate down from 37% to somewhere around 25, while in 28%, we suddenly have a legitimate power bat off the bench, or at the very least, an excellent depth piece in OKC, ready to be called up when needed. This signing also has a direct impact on our trade deadline negotiations. By adding a viable body like Gorski to our system, we slightly lessen our urgency for outfield depth in the trade market. This doesn't mean we won't go after a big name, but it does mean we won't be forced to overpay for a mediocre bench player. Friedman can now negotiate with a bit more ease, knowing he has an insurance policy in Gorski. It's a subtle maneuver, but one that strengthens our position at the bargaining table. We're essentially telling other teams, we'd like to make a deal, but we don't desperately need to make one on your terms. To conclude my analysis of this news, the signing of Matt Gorski is a strategic, low-cost move with considerable upside. It represents a bet on the strength of our development system to fix a player with an elite tool, power, that another organization couldn't optimize. He provides crucial organizational depth in an area of need, outfield and first base in AAA, and gives us a small but important edge in the negotiations to come by the end of the month. It's not the news that will make national headlines, but it's the kind of smart, calculated decision that keeps the Dodgers competitive year after year. Now, I want to hear from you, Blue Crew Nation. What do you think of this signing? Is this a smart bet by Friedman and the front office? Do you believe our development staff can polish the rough edges and turn Matt Gorski into a useful piece for the future, or do you see this as just a minor move with no real impact? Leave your opinions, your analyses, and your thoughts in the comments below. I read them all and love to debate with you. For more breaking news like this and in-depth analysis you won't find anywhere else, make sure you are subscribed to True Blue Nation, Dodgers Report, and have your notifications turned on. We are heading into the final stretch before the trade deadline, and things are about to heat up. I don't want you to miss a single thing.